Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. For today, since I'm waiting for the um, laser pickup to show up for the CDX, I'm working on the Tiger Learning computer. So this is I made one of these before and I wasn't very happy with it. This is um, a breakout board I'm working for on the TLC. So right now I'm just soldering in the header pins here. Well, I'll show you what I'm working on here. So the Tiger Learning computer, because I don't need it on the bench right now, so I'm just soldering. How it is this got back, where did it go? Going crazy. Alright, this came back from California. This was x-ray, so I can see what's under here. And this is going to be a breakout board for it. So you can see I cut down this fiberglass experimenter's perf board, so I'll be able to insert this into the Tiger Learning computer and then have this slotted in to the into this port here, like so. Let's have a scotch off there. That should do it right about there. Alright, so this will sit in here like this. This will insert in here like this, and I'll have two sets of header pins here, so I can actually plug in with my oscilloscope and do some monitoring work, and also create an interface cable so I can talk to the little programmer that was sent to me. So maybe I can create a bridge, either use the programmer to talk to the TLC learning computer, or I can at least try to do a ROM dump on there, because this will help me figure out what pins I'm not measuring correctly. As like I said, it's a chip. I've only found the paperwork for the pinout sheets for the 40 pin variety, not the 36. So I'm trying to figure out what 4 pins are missing, and if they need to be terminated or something like that. But yeah, this is going to help me do some more deep dives and investigating. So right now it's just a bunch of solder work. Brandon's been very patient with me. Now I got a little time to work on it. So I'm getting back into the groove of it. Because once that CDX is done, this is the only external project I have right now. I've been on a Palm computing collecting kick lately, so I might have a few videos on that. I've been finally bringing my one website back to life that I had. I had a Sharp Zorus years ago. Actually, I had 2 different Sharp Zoruses. Zori? Whatever. And those were neat little, it was the second Linux-based PGA. The first was the Agenda VR3, which I also owned one of those too, but I dropped it and cracked the screen. I haven't seen one on eBay in ages either. But neat little. That was a black and white one, and the Zorus was actually a line in Japan for quite some time. And I need some ribbon cable. Hold on a second. Okay, so like I was saying, the Zorus line was originally created not with Linux. It was just a homegrown OS from Sharp, and then they switched to Linux for the SL 6000. They had the 5000, the 5500, and the 6000, and then there were some Japanese only ones as well. I had the SL5500 and the SL6000. And they were neat because they had a little hidden sliding keyboard at the bottom. Really cool piece of tech. If I ever see one decent price on eBay, I'll probably pick up another one. But that's another day. So the big thing is it was a neat line of little portable these color PDAs, and that's where I started with the Zorus. But I also had the Palm Pilot back in the day. But the Zorus was actually pretty cool because it was a true Linux-based, uses a Qt-based desktop, which is the same as KDE, which is a very popular Linux desktop. I actually haven't used KDE in a while. No, it's a beautiful desktop, especially if you're coming from the Windows world. It's I think it's a better looking Windows than Windows personally. But in the Linux world, they used a little Qt based, not X11 based desktop. It was relatively quick. It had built-in wireless. Had a compact flash and SD expansion, which was actually kind of cool. It had both, so you could have like a network. Well, actually, the 6000 had built-in Wi-Fi. The 5500 didn't, but you can plug in a card, and you still have a room for an SD card as well. So it was kind of cool. But as I digress here, I have a growing collection of Palm and a couple of Windows CE based devices. I have like a Palm 3, Palm 7, Palm Life Drive, Tungsten C, Tungsten E, Palm Pre. I have a Trio 6 something. That's one of the first smartphones. And funnily enough, I actually have active service for it, because I bought an unlocked one. And they were GSM phones. They still work. Not great, but they still work. The phone part works great. But if you ever see something like it, I'll probably do a video on it, but the Palm TX, which is my favorite, it was around for a couple of years, even when the original iPhone came out. And you could see where the inspiration for the iPhone came from. Beautiful screen, lots of features, and even you can get a program that allows you to use SD high capacities, which is really kind of cool. So I use it for an MP3 player, and I still keep my contacts and stuff on there. So it's still a useful device, even though they stopped making it 12 years ago. Yeah, the internet's useless on there. I hate to say it, but everything else still works. So I had a line of these are header pins I can pick off. So now it's the difficult part of getting this flat enough so I can insert it into the TLC, because it used a pretty thin connection, so I'm just a touch worried on that. It's hard to find thinner board than this, generally speaking. Should be able to find a way though. Worst comes to worst, I'll file down this edge a little bit to make it a little easier to insert. And this is the problem I ran into last time I made one of these boards, trying to get them quite thin enough. These marked ones, I'll just pick one and call it one. This is kind of what stymied me the last time a little bit. Once you get past, and you get the cartridge itself, with the housing around, it's quite thick, so you don't have to worry about this thickness here. Where's my stripper? There mean to be breathing heavy into the microphone. Just trying to figure out how to do this. I just don't know if I should aug a channel out there to make it a little flatter first. I'll probably just try one wire first. See if I can actually push it into the TLC. Kind of like that. Do that. I'll probably put a layer of Kapton there. Let's take a look at the learning computer. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is kind of what I was worried about. This is what got me last time, was the thickness. The card inserts fairly deeply, and so I'll probably end up doing is I'll stop the video soon because I don't want to bore everyone with cutting a bunch of fiberglass. So take this off. So I think I'm going to end up doing is it's going to be a little bit repetitive, but I'm going to go and cut back that entire first row. I'll have to cut a channel into this entire first row here, unfortunately. So this entire first row is going to have to lose all of those solder pads. So this entire row here, from here to here, all is going to need both sides is going to need a little channel cut from here all the way to here to that pad, and that way I can keep the thickness down. Darn it. Yes, this is what got me last time. This is what got me frustrated. Anyway, so I'm going to continue working on this. I'm going to do a lot of fiberglass cutting in a minute and aug some little channels out, and then I'll try soldering again. Okay, time to earn some money here. Thanks for watching.